everyone. This is April Garrett with Seniors Blue Book, and today on our Senior Care Spotlight, we have Sara Murphy with us, who is the Vice President of Programs and Services with the Alzheimer's Association Greater Pennsylvania Chapter. How are you doing, Sara?
Hi, I'm great. Just speaking to you from my bedroom. Like a lot of us.
I'm in a back bedroom, so you know.
Yep.
What are some of the resources and ways that Alzheimer's Association is able to support those impacted by Alzheimer's disease and caregivers during this time of the pandemic?
Yeah, thank you for that question, April. You know, during this really challenging time, caregivers are faced with a lot of difficult decisions and challenges during this time. And at the Alzheimer's Association, we've had the opportunity to be able to provide specific caregiver tips specific to COVID, how to manage care both in a home setting, how to cope and deal if their loved one is living in a long-term care facility, you know, not being able to visit them. It can be a very emotional, situation for all family and friends impacted. So we have come up with tips on how to cope, manage on that. And in fact, we actually can find that on our website, alz.org/PA, and it's found right there on our landing page where we have provided outline and whatever scenario that caregiver is experiencing. It has, several situations, right, for living at home. Another example is if they're having someone coming into their home and caring for their loved one, what are some tips and suggestions for that? So we also have provided for professionals. We have an emergency preparedness guide that's centered around person-centered care, which is the focus that we have for the Alzheimer's Association and our dementia care practice recommendations that are outlined in there, the importance of person-centeredness. So we have outlined a lot of really helpful tips and tools for caregivers and for direct care professionals that people can find on our website that's outlined. In addition, if someone's not comfortable going to our website to find those tips, they can reach out to our 1-800 helpline, 24/7 helpline that we can, share at, after this call here, that they can reach out at any time of the day to get additional information.
That is wonderful. So why don't you share with us ways that the association is providing tools for professionals in long-term care during this time?
Yes, so I referenced the emergency preparedness guidance document that we have, partnered with several entities to put together, and it's found on our website. And we also are, being able to provide and pivot not only our educational programs and our support groups from in-person to virtual, but we also are soon, right, in the next week or two, providing 3 of our professional conferences that typically are convened in person to virtual. So we're really excited to be able to offer these with topics that are very timely right now for professionals. So looking at tips on managing care during this crisis, right? We're going to hear at some of our conferences some speakers who are going to talk about the best way to approach care, some tips that they've done. We also are going to talk about updates on research. Going to hear from some Alzheimer's Association funded researchers, going to talk about what does research look like and the hope that there is. So really some great speaker topics. And the great thing about our conferences is that they are live. So they're not recorded, pre-recorded. There's going to be opportunities for professionals to network in a way that's different than in person, but be able to have, we're going to have chats and polls and questions throughout the presentation so that we can maximize and leverage the engagement as much as we can on an online platform. So we're really excited. We're thankful to our sponsors. They're able to help, get these for us. So we're really excited to be able to offer these. We have 3. So we have 1 on May the 20th, and we have 2 on May 28th. So all of that information on how to register, and more information about the content and the breakdown of the sessions, you can find on our website as well, or you can call our 1-800 number to get more information on how to register. I wanted to emphasize more about the caregivers and families and the general public wanting to get more information, whether it's about learning more about the disease, whether it's providing more information about how to cope and manage during this time. We have been able to, and again, a lot of this information is found on our website and a specific website, our community resource finder, that they can locate our program. So we're actually launching the month of May, 12 educational programs that they can launch in the comforts of their bedrooms or their home, to access the information that really can be vital for caregivers or for anyone who's been impacted by this disease. We're collaborating with several community partners in order to put on webinars and educational programs privately for folks as well, in addition to open it up to the public, in addition to support groups. I want to emphasize as well, we have ongoing support groups. We have one a week actually, that we're offering the month of May. For folks who might have been attending an in-person support group and they no longer, of course, are able to do that. So they still need that outlet. They still need to connect and be able to get that mutual emotional support that caregivers we know need to have. So we didn't want to not have our support groups convene. So instead, we're offering them once a week in the month of May, virtually, that we really want to make sure that people are aware of and know that they can access us one-on-one through a helpline, but also in a group setting through a virtual platform. We have, most of them are done on a similar format as this, is Zoom, but we also have some support groups that are convening via telephone. So if someone does not have access to a camera, then they will be able to get that support through a telephone as well, through some of our programs. So we really just want to ensure families that they're not alone, that even though we're not able to convene in-person meetings and education and for professionals, we still have a lot of great information that they can access, not just on our website, but in a group setting. We've been able to partner with some fantastic volunteers that are willing to provide these programs for us. They've been trained, deployed, and so they're actually helping us to get these out there, to the public. And so we're very grateful, as always, to our volunteers and helping us, especially during this really challenging time. So we really want to make sure that people know that we're here and really be able to access our information on our website. There's a lot of great information on there as well, alz.org/PA, a lot of fantastic information, online support forums. People, if they don't feel comfortable attending one of our support groups or virtual programs, they can simply go to the website and hopefully get the information they need from there by going to some of our online tools, message boards, to connect and get information that they really need right now. People are accessing our information from Indiana, from other states that, and we understand that long distance caregiving is a thing, right? I don't live in the same state as my parents. So it's actually fantastic. We're finding that in some of our support groups that we're convening, that family caregivers are who don't live in Pennsylvania, but are able to access our information to better be equipped with the tools that they need from another state, and they can actually launch it on our platform. And it's great. And then the caregivers feel that they are there for their loved one, even though they're not physically there, by way of being a part of these programs and support groups. Because we're finding that we are having even higher attendance on these online platforms versus being in person. Because think about the barriers, especially about our family members, if they're working or weren't able to get away from their house to get to a program. Now they might have the ability to do so. I keep joking about from their bedroom, but from their home. Recognize the impact that this is having for those living, with dementia, the increased confusion, increased behaviors that might arise due to changes in the environment, with whether it's at home or within a long-term care facility. And we recognize that and want to make sure people, know that we're here for support and for information.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time today, and thank you for all that you all do.
Thank you. Well, appreciate it, April. You all are doing great work. Appreciate you, getting our message out there, and continue to do the great things you all are doing as well in the community.
Absolutely.
So
all right. Well, sounds good. I'll talk to you soon, Sarah. Thanks so much for your time today.
April. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.